I now wanted to check what kind of advice would you give to professionals, okay, who are trying to build their careers? Because in the past, uh, they just joined a company and had a lifetime employment, and then they thought the company will provide them the opportunities to uh, promotion and growth and all that. So, do you think there's anything different that they have to do now in this process? Because as recruiters, we handle two, three stakeholders. One is the companies for whom we hire, one is the candidates whom we help find jobs, and third is the other recruiters that we are catering with. So, what is your advice to employers and to employees who are professionals? How would they do? They need to change at all?
There's a couple of things here, okay. Firstly, it's about what we are doing today, working from home. Virtual employment is going to be carried out. Some companies will choose to stay like this,
Okay.
even the pandemic is gone. Why? Because it's cost efficient. Company doesn't need huge office space, doesn't need to pay allowances for the transport costs or meal costs. So running this operations actually is it's much cheaper for the company as long as you can ensure the productivity of your staff, right?
Right.
So the ability to work remotely, virtually, is something um, the staff or the employee must have in the future, right?
Okay.
Which is it's not only about whether you can use Zoom or Team or this kind of communication applications only, but setting the right behavior is very important. Like when you're doing work like us today, number one, you should demonstrate integrity behavior,
Okay.
independence, accountability, because you used to be surrounded by your boss, your manager, your supervisors. Right now,
Absolutely.
you have to
Now,
work from.
because a remote, it's not as visible as earlier.
Right,
So,
right.
okay. So, do you think they need to do any? How do they project themselves as more accountable or more efficient or more productive? Is it only to do with an attitude, or is it something to do with technical skills, or is it something to do with functional skills? How does one
All
show
right.
his value?
Yeah, that's a human behavior which has to be triggered and managed by a system, right? And like what we've been, because to be honest, for us working from home in my search firm is we've been doing in the last 3-4 years,
Correct.
since our 16-17 crisis, we rented smaller offices where people have a roster, 3 days at the office, 2 days at home.
Oh, okay.
So it's this situation is not new for us, to be honest.
Okay.
So we use our ATS, we use all the communication devices, applications like this. We use like Asana. We use like a Basecamp for managing the tasks of your staff. So this behavior has to be driven, one by the leadership, the second one is by the system. So that's why we have to install sort of like what we call team collaborations applications, right? It depends on how big your budget is. I mean,
Sure.
some small medium enterprise usually use sort of like Trello, Asana, Basecamp, Slack, this kind of stuff.
Correct.
I mean, if
Using
you're
technology and productive.
right.
Brilliant.